So I'm here, gonna be working late-ish. I've now fallen into a pattern of kind of falling asleep at like 2. Um, it's just how my schedule has now sort of evolved. I'm up at around 5 or 6, um, working till working on either my iPad, usually my laptop. I'll usually during the morning work on my laptop till 7:30 ish. Go to the gym, work at the gym, bring my laptop to the gym and work there, and then which somewhat drags out the workout, but at the end of the day, it's like productivity for me. In between sets, working out, and then I come home at like 10, 10:30, 11. Have a bit of an earlyish lunch. Something light, like a snack. I'm kind of doing like an IF thing, but instead of one meal a day, instead of OMAD, which is what I was doing for quite a while, like months and months. I'm now doing like TMAD, which is like a lightish kind of a meal, and then I have my main dinner at like a later at night, usually 12 midnight. So that's kind of what's happening today. But the reason I'm even recording this video is because just to kind of tell people, like, be mindful of your energy. Like, like mentally, I'm so gung ho, but then like physically, something tires me out around 4. So I've been having these little, maybe because I'm sleeping 5 hours, but have these little mini naps at like 4 to 5, and then I get up, start working again. And right now I'm just like, my brain was fried for a bit. I'm also increased my walking too, so there's that. But yeah, people, just be mindful of how you use your energy, because you don't want to be gassing out too much, right? Like, the rest of the night till midnight is going to be, till 1 a.m. It's going to be interesting. Mental power through. But it was a good day. Canada Council for the Arts. I went, sat through a couple hours of a session. There was a bit of like a panel. It was like a Q&A panel. There was this one like agro. It was interesting. There was this one like quote unquote agro lady who was very like almost what's the term? She was sort of hammering them with questions about the process, the jury process, the terminology within the online portal for application. And she was like, she was really like kind of making the panel, making the employees of the council kind of really expand on information and expand on some of the logic and the reasoning behind how applications will be judged, if that makes sense. She started off with kind of like 3 comments. I don't really like. The point is, she really because you think sometimes like especially with like innovation versus traditional mediums, or innovation versus traditional presentation of art. If the emphasis is on innovation, are people going to be awarded grants who really kind of present their work as like being super tech heavy or whatever, versus traditional mediums like painting or whatever? So she kind of put them on the spot. They had some good answers. The whole concept of innovation, and this is what I had a one-on-one session with someone there from the music department, because I kind of categorized my thing. My thing is a more interdisciplinary kind of approach. I'm using sound. It's an audiobook. It's media. However, there's a visual element. Sorry, it's an audiobook, it's sound, but there's a visual element. It's like a multimedia kind of a thing. And I'm glad I'm ranting about this because it's making my mind kind of. I was gonna say, it's making me think quicker, but I just gotta have a brain freeze. Anyway, so yeah, I had this little one-on-one session, and in the session, we kind of went back and forth about my idea. But the innovation aspect is like more of a internal innovation, meaning you are challenging yourself in ways that you would never have artistically. So I mean, in the past year, I've really stepped up the visual element of my stuff, of my work, quote unquote. I need to stop like. And again, this is tying back to the fucking imposter syndrome. Like, I'm convincing myself that, this is a big mental debate. Like, am I really an artist? I am. Like, why do I always have to have this debate with myself? Why? Is it because I felt like I was like, and this is the other thing too. There were many minorities in that room. Not that that matters, but you're always, when you're a minority, you always look at that angle. You have to. You can't be ignorant. There was 4 black people, 5. No. Let's just say 10. It was 10 total. Musicians, visual artists, and there's like a lot of. It was kind of like a Generation X and above crowd. A lot of it. I would say 75% of the crowd was like a Generation X to baby boomer. I couldn't break that down more, but I would say there weren't that many people like quote unquote millennials or even younger. I think this speaks to like, maybe there's just like a generational kind of a thing. Like, if you're Gen X and above, maybe you are traditionally like more inclined to rely on grants, meaning you see that avenue as the thing that's going to really help you push forward, and then the push forward in your practice. Then as you get down to maybe like me, millennials, you have a bit of that social media, relying on social media kind of a thing. But you also realize that there's opportunity on the table to get other funding from conventional kind of traditional sources, and then you got like the people that didn't really show up there, like the Gen whatever you call them, Z. I shouldn't say like that. Gen Z, Gen Y, or the younger crowd who just exclusively rely on social media and just rely on this thing that just can make it happen. And do like the DM and Instagram or hit people up on Twitter. It was interesting. Now that I'm saying this out loud, maybe that's kind of the approach or the angle that's really happening. I always hold this, and now I'm gonna try this. Here we go. So yeah, that's kind of the interesting day. But now I'm gonna crank away more at I don't want to mind map too much shit and strategize, which is always my problem, is like coming up with these crazy mind maps and developing plans, and then like, I'm already in the doing process of recording, so that has value, and that will be, because you got to submit it. I got to finish this thing by Sunday, the latest. She told me to operate as if I'm gonna get it. So that's what I'm gonna do. Anyway, thanks for listening to this rant. Peace.